layoffs, hiring freezes, projects getting cancelled, people getting benched. This is the reality of the hiring market or the tech market at this point in time. Remote work has become norm, but still companies are trying to pull a lot of people back to the offices. People are working across time zones all day, 11, 12 hours. I'm sure that you have also seen this. Two engineers with same degree, same experience, but one is leading projects and getting promotions very, very fast, and someone is doing mundane jobs, stuck in the same role and watching others get ahead. In fact, it's very clear that coding isn't really the only skill that matters in engineering in 2025. So in today's video, I'm gonna share 5 different skills that I see even people around me that differentiates them from others. These skills will help you stand out, help you battle with challenges that comes across your way, and also create opportunities where you actually require, which can actually be a promotion. So keep watching this and don't miss the number 5, because I feel that's absolutely critical in today's time. Let's get started. The number 1, which I'll tell in this particular video, is actually mastering AI skills. And don't come and shout at me that Vivek, you're just saying that generic things. No, I absolutely feel that someone who is using can beat someone who is not using AI in today's time, because it just creates a very big time difference in the work that you deliver. Engineers who use this in their daily time can actually integrate them in their workflows, in their debugging practices, asking a lot of queries here and there. I in fact absolutely recommend a lot of juniors who have learned development once to actually use things like Copilot plus Docker to actually push like their projects that they are building quickly to any cloud. I guess everybody today is using ChatGPT plus VS Code to just code and ask any doubt that they have. Now you have Cursor. I sometimes don't trust Cursor with a lot of development, but then for writing tests and then using it in the ask mode, you can actually go ahead and get all the queries resolved while you are typing the code in Cursor itself. I think Midjourney plus Figma could be a very good way to combine ideas and building prototypes for any product that you're thinking. Learning how to choose the correct tool, how to optimize it, and how to combine it with others so that you can complete a task in a coherent way will actually become a very important skill. And I think you should try to understand what parts of your work can be automated with AI and actually be very good at it. The number 2 will definitely be networking and building real connections, because I feel most of the jobs in the coming times will never be posted in a job opening or posting. It will actually be through referrals of people who are working inside a company. So unless you know someone who is working in a company, you probably would not be getting a job. That's where we are probably headed. For a student, connecting with alumni, connecting with folks who have graduated in last few years and understanding what they are doing, getting them as your mentors and getting referrals from them becomes very, very crucial. Often when you are working in a company, say even Google, you have to often do one-on-one communication with your manager about work, about your promotions and stuff, and you should be good at that and having a good relation with your manager. I think often when you are working on a project with even unknown people, you should be able to do small talk and you should be able to communicate with them in a way that they feel included in all the things that you are doing. I think networking is not just about building a list of connections on your LinkedIn. It's actually about having connection so that you can grow through that. The third important thing is definitely going to be communication, because I feel you cannot be a great engineer unless you can explain things that you have built to others or understand things from others that you can use to then build something. Communication skills help you to present your work, collaborate with others, and actually make your idea understood to others. So you should be good at explaining technical concepts. Say you have built something, you should be able to make the interviewer understand what is going on, what is happening, or even your teammates. You should be able to write good documentation of whatever you are building so that anybody who is going to take up that later on, they could understand what to be done very, very easily. And believe me, building good documentations and being the person who is a go-to resource for these things is actually a very, very big credit point in a team. In fact, in many HR interviews, you will see that not being able to clearly communicate can become the difference between you getting selected and you being rejected. The number 4 point will be time management. I think in 2025, people are just expected to do a lot more work, lot more deadlines, lot more things thrown at you. You have to do management, you have to do KTs and stuff. And I think if you don't know how to manage your time, you will be probably stuck in between all of these things. You need to learn how to prioritize high impact tasks and deliver them faster. You need to understand how to do batch processing and blocking time, because you should do similar kind of work together so that you don't have to switch context a lot, and you should block some time in your calendar always for deep work where you're doing actual work or thinking about something or brainstorming so that you don't have any distractions. I think using some task or a planning tool definitely helps. Simple Notion or a to-do app for tracking what you are doing, Google Calendar for your calendar, let's say any site like Trello for project mapping or project status tracking and stuff should be enough for what you are doing. You also need to manage your energy, not just time. So I feel you should understand when you are more active and you should prioritize to do things that take more energy at that point in time and then do the mundane stuff in other time. And something that I'm even guilty of, but you should probably do a single thing at one time. I also try to balance a lot of things at the same time, and I know somewhere that I don't do it that efficiently either. So probably doing one thing at a time is something that me and you probably both have to improve at. These are things that I also learned when I went through my Google experience, my startup experience, building my own company now. So probably pick these things as early as possible and try to understand that these are somewhere crucial, and if you know them, you can build them over time. Fifth, my personal favorite, managing team dynamics and building influence. This is something that I sadly did not know you had to do after coming out of college into company, and I think I now know why some people get promoted faster and some people don't. Team dynamics define everything in every company, and if you are actually doing this right, you can be the go-to person for everything. Everybody will trust you and you will get promotions very, very fast. And I am guilty of doing this wrong in my first job probably. Number one, choose the right projects, right? Not all projects are equal in terms of its importance to the company. Choose the one which the leadership might feel be very crucial and deliver on it. That builds a lot of credibility. Try to be part of challenging tasks and volunteer in them if required, and that would also build you a little bit of name. One very thing that I feel engineers are bad at is showing their work or popularizing their work. And I've always seen people who are good engineers, who are good in work, are really good at showcasing what they have done. Maybe like dropping a mail to the team that this is what we had built and it's now launched, or dropping a mail to your manager, CCing a bunch of people in leadership to explain what you have done as a research so that it's in visibility. Making your project quote unquote visible is a very important thing to do. You need to build strong relations with many people in the team, because it's not just work that you have to do with them. Often you might need to get favors out of them. So you should know what people are into, like maybe gel a little bit with them, and like understand, help them when they need, and you can get help when you need. Also, you need to learn how to manage conflicts calmly. There will be disagreements on different things, on different projects and all. You need to know how to resolve them well. And I think this is one thing I have always learned from managers in different companies. Probably when I was junior engineer, I did not really understand how to manage these things at leadership skill. Like when two teams are having conflicting work, somebody wants to take a more work, this important work, or somebody wants to block someone, maybe politics a little bit, I don't know. But it's very important to understand how to do this. You need to build a good reputation. I feel you need to be the person who delivers on what they say, and this in probably some time, like 3-5 months, compounds very quickly and you become a very important person in your team. Also, having deep expertise on a particular topic in your team makes you the go-to person for that, and that is very well respected. I still remember the person who helped me ramp up in my Google tenure at the start, even though it has been almost 4 years now, right? So that is some kind of impact that you leave on person that comes to you for any help. So these are the 5 skills that I feel you should learn now, and these will help you set yourself apart from others and help you build a very long and strong career. Make sure to share this with your friends, colleagues who might be engineers and would benefit from this particular video, and subscribe to the channel if you like, and I'll keep putting more such important videos for you all. That will be all from my side. Thank you everyone. Bye-bye.